Today in this video I want to talk about the way how I'm managing my time and generally how I'm managing to create the content and how I'm managing to keep on track my social media and posting day to day, because as you probably know I've got quite a busy schedule. I have to work overtime, I have to work actually every single day to be able to pay off for this house, because the contract works in such a way that I have to pay off 6 months in advance for this house. But it means as soon as I'm gonna pay it off, I'm gonna get 6 months clean to be able to invest, to be able to save up money, to be able to generally make any sort of changes or implementations to my life. For example, my career to IT path, this is my plan, and this is something what I truly want to do. In such a busy life, I'm still managing to do gym, I'm still managing to study for my IT certification, and I'm still managing to do 60 hours a week at work, and at the same time posting this social media content, because this is part of my plan. First of all, when you're doing lots of things and you know that you have to do all of them and you cannot kind of move any of them aside, you need to realize that the day is built out of 24 hours. You cannot change it, you cannot add any more hours, so you cannot work extra hours. Because first of all, you have to make sure that you sleep well. Obviously, part of this 24 hours is going to go into your sleep, and you have to make sure that you're actually recovering throughout the night when you're working every single day and when you're working your ass off every single day, because you cannot survive such a daily basis pressure on your shoulders sleeping only 5-4 hours. I've done it, and this is extremely horrible thing, because this is when your immune system is going down, this is when your brain is not working clear enough, and this is genuinely when your quality of the life is going deep down into the hole. And you need to understand that when you're trying to build something amazing, when you're trying to build a social media, or when you're trying to build any sort of your plan or do any sort of business or whatever you planned out, you have to make sure that execution is 100% strong. Only thing which you actually need is you need a good sleep. This is something you have to take care of. Make sure your room is perfectly dark. Make sure that you actually getting a quality sleep. Make sure that you got a fresh air coming throughout the night. You have to make sure that your body recovers as quickly and as efficient throughout the night as possible. You have to understand that when you get in a quality sleep, after this you're gonna wake up full of energy, and you're gonna understand that all of this energy you actually can implement into any things or any fight which you're planning to do throughout the day. So there is a technique how you actually can manage to implement lots of things into your life and keep them on track. First of all, yes, you have to be disciplined. Yeah, there is no other way. You cannot just say no and not do stuff. If you decided that you're starting something, if you decided that you got multiple things to achieve and you got like a short period of time to achieve them, you have to be disciplined. You cannot take a stop, so you cannot take a rest. You cannot just start something and then decide to stop doing it just because it is hard. No, there is no such a thing. If you decided, if you got a plan and you need to get to your target, you have to start. And if you start it, make sure that you finish it fully. First of all, break down your plan. You need to understand what sort of things you need to include into your plan to be able to achieve your goal. And I'm gonna give you myself as an example so you can actually implement it into your life and you can actually realize how you can do any sort of achievements or any sort of targets, how you can pursue them in such a way that you can actually achieve them. So my plan is to build a strong social media content. This is like my top tier task. At the same time, I've got a top tier task, which is my IT career. I want to fully quit kitchen, I want to fully quit hospitality and get into actual career path which I want to pursue, which is IT career. And then I've got a secondary, but at the same time, very important parts of my life, such as my physical health, which is secondary but still extremely important. At the same time, I also got this YouTube channel and YouTube videos which I'm making. So the way how I'm managing to do all of this is breaking down your plan on first layer importance and the second layer of importance. The second layer of importance is the task which you kind of have to do every single day, but at the same time, if you're gonna miss them, it's not gonna ruin your life and it's not gonna ruin your plan. So for example, yes, I know that I have to train every single day. I know that I have to train regularly to be able to build and maintain an amazing body, but at the same time, if I'm gonna break my arm and if I'm gonna go to the hospital, I kind of don't have to train. Like, it's not gonna ruin my life. I still can get back on the same track, but like slightly late. You have to prioritize the things in such a way that you can maintain all of it. So what I'm trying to say here, the first layer of importance is something what you have to do day to day. There is no other way and you cannot move it aside. It always has to be done daily. So for example, my IT career, CompTIA Plus certification, something I'm working towards, improving my knowledge, my career. 8-hour shifts at work, something working on the side. I have to pay off for this house and it's coming soon. Social media content, YouTube videos, Instagram page, Reels, and all of this stuff. It's a very important part of my plan as well. So I put it on the first layer as well. And secondary layer is the gym. You need to multitask, and you need to understand that without multitasking, you cannot really play with any of the things. You cannot try to do 3 things at once, obviously, but at the same time you need to understand that you need to implement some sort of multitasking into your life to be able to pursue lots of goals at the same time. The only thing which you have to make sure is that you're not overloading yourself. Multitasking got a limit. Do not play with lots of things at the same time, because otherwise all of them are gonna break. But what you can do is you can implement them smartly. You can implement them one by one in the way that they're actually gonna work together and support each other. For example, I've got like half an hour away to my work, and all of this time while I'm thinking about my 8-hour shift, I can actually do something. I've got some sort of free time and I can implement something throughout the process in this small window. It's still multitasking. I'm going to my 8-hour shift, but at the same time I've got some time and I can actually use it instead of just looking at the sky and thinking about nothing. On my way to work, usually I'm making a reels, or usually I'm making YouTube videos. This is something what I'm doing for the social media content. One very important part is already completed, my social media. So the first layer of importance and the first object, which is my social media, is already completed. It's done. At the same time, I'm going to do 8-hour shift, which is also first layer of importance. So I'm kind of multitasking and doing lots of things at the same time, but it's not overloading me in any way, because I'm just using my time in a smart way that I can actually do it efficiently. I can actually use my time in a quality way. For example, second thing, I finish my shift and I'm going to my house. What I can do? I've got a still 30 minutes window which I can actually use in a smart way. In this 30 minutes window, you can actually do something. Same as I've been doing it before work. After work, while I'm going to my house, I can implement this time and do another very important thing, which is my IT career. I can actually study using my phone or whatever you've got to study, and I can actually use my phone to be able to go through the content and to learn. And in this short way of going to work and coming back from work, I've already managed to complete 3 things: social media, my work, and IT career. This is a very smart way of doing things, because of course you cannot try to do lots of multiple things at once, because otherwise they're just gonna all break down and you won't be able to do none of them. You need to focus on the things which you're doing, and you need to understand, you need to realize that your whole focus has to be on the things which you're planning to do. Otherwise it's not going to be organized and you just won't be able to complete it. So this is how I'm using my time. Instead of just walking to work and walking back and wasting 30 minutes of my life, I'm actually can use them. And still, at the gym, you've got breaks, you've got a break time. You can take a little photograph, you can make a story, post it on your Instagram, and it's already going to be a content. You created content on the morning, you created content on the evening as a story, and all of these things, they accumulate. As long as you're doing them in a quality manner, they all accumulate, and as long as you can carry on doing it for as long as it's gonna take you to, you can actually build lots of multiple things, and they can grow in amazing plan and amazing target which you're trying to achieve. This is the way how I'm managing to use my time. I'm multitasking, but at the same time, I'm using a multitasking not in the way that you might think of. I'm using a multitasking in the way that it still feels like a single task, but I'm just doing it in the process of something else. So this is the way how you can actually push the limits of the day, and this is actually how you can find extra time to do something extra to grow farther. You need to understand that if you want to achieve big things, if you want to achieve something great in this life, you need to be able to push through the struggle. You need to be able to push through the pressure. What you can do on your side is you can make this pressure smart. You can literally spread the pressure across your day so it does not feel like a huge ball of pressure. You can literally spread it across. And what it's gonna make you do is it's gonna make you feel more stronger throughout the way. And this is why I'm saying that the sleep is so important, because after you're gonna sleep, your body resets, you can actually go through the same sort of pressure again. So yes, it's not gonna be easy, and it's never meant to be easy, but you need to understand that what you can do is you can make it smarter. So make it smarter, look at your day, make a plan of your target, whatever it's gonna take you, break it down, And genuinely use your time wisely and smart. Don't waste any time. You don't need any sort of side things going in your life. You need to focus on your target. If you actually patiently willing to pursue your target, do it wisely. Use your time as efficient as possible, but at the same time, don't put too much pressure in small window of time. You need to spread it across and make sure that you can do the tasks properly and with the best quality possible.